you. You've got a great staff over there, and they have a devotion to that program. So I'm going to ask you, what do you get out of this job?
Oh, this is my family. This is home. I try not to leave places where I have a bad feeling for things. I was in the private school system for 3 years. I just feel at home. Ever since I've stepped foot here, even through the application process, I felt at home. And I've been embraced in my particular office by my supporting staff, by my colleagues, my peers, my supervisor, yourself. I feel like it's a home atmosphere, and I feel like it's a family ordeal. And I feel real comfortable, and that makes you proud to be where you are, and makes you want to work harder.
Absolutely. Well, you've had a lot of life experiences yourself.
Yes.
In fact, I think you were in the Air Force,
Yes,
were you
ma'am.
not?
Yes, ma'am.
And how would you say that some of your life experiences have contributed to your obvious love of this program?
Well, I think two things are my motivating factors, and I shared this with somebody the other day. I think acceptance and rejection. It's a really combination for the things that people didn't have patience to see the fruit of this young person, or maybe didn't recognize some of the things they could have had. That inspired me to be more motivated. And the people that put their arms around my shoulders and said, you can do better, I see things in you, that also inspired me. So it's a twofold effort. I think everything in my life I learned through hard knocks, and I'm that type of person. But I don't look at them as bad, and I don't blame anybody else for some of the things that weren't so positive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't stand here before you as a perfect man, but I stand before you as a person that has learned, and I like the things I've gone through,
mm-hmm.
and particularly the training in the Air Force and a lot of variety of other things.
Well, very few people can say that. You're fortunate to have that kind of attitude. Why don't you describe for me the kind of emotions that go through you when one of your students has become a success and obviously has been influenced by you, by the program? Well, how does it make you feel?
That's your paycheck. If I don't get paid a dime, and you have a student, and now I'm starting, unfortunately, this is starting to show my age. I'm starting to get students come back and say, when you get the letters and you say, just when you're frustrated or you feel a little down for that day, a student will come by, you'll get a card, you'll get a call, and you say, you know what? You really helped me over a hump. You helped me through a bad situation. And like I said, it's nothing special. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just talking. But that's your paycheck. I mean, in many ways, if you look at it, it's almost a virtuous selfishness, and that you're an altruistic person, and you have a selfish tendency. But it is virtuous because your altruism is that you want other people to do good, and you want to help others, and that's the key of life for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, that's my paycheck. I told the Freedom Riders the other day, in 2 years, I want tears streaming down from my eyes when I see you at graduation or transferring or whatever your goal may be. That's the highlight.
Absolutely, yeah. I tell you what, that graduation experience is just, as you say, the paycheck.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what would you say to someone who is considering going to college, has some doubts, may have some fears about being financially able to do it, or may have fears about not speaking English as their first language? How would you sell them on going ahead and going forward?
Well, interesting you bringing that up. I did a program, and this goes back to our outreach efforts. Did a program the other day at Long Beach State, one of our local state institutions. It's called College Making It Happen, and I spoke to a well-diverse group of students, and I basically shared with them one of the reasons why I think I'm home with the Long Beach, with the community college system, is in fact that this is the field of dreams, and that I was a student that didn't do good in high school. I was a student that the parents didn't have any money for, and I didn't really say that good when I was in the Air Force, unfortunately. So it was everything that I profess to these students and saying, listen, there are different avenues to school, and just like picking out, a pair of shoes like Nike or Jordans or Fila's or whatever the case may be, we have different ways for you to get to school. And one of the nice things about a community college, we run the spectrum. We run the spectrum of the scholarly students, and we run the spectrum of students that just need a second chance. And money, you can't beat it, because your first 2 years of school can be done here, your freshman and sophomore years. And if you work hard, if you believe in the American dream, if you work hard, you can go to any school in this nation. And it doesn't say anything about what you did in the past. It doesn't even necessarily mean what kind of scores you got on your SATs. If you come here, you work hard, you take good coursework, you know, the price is right, you can go anywhere you want to, and the dream lives. This is where the dreams come true. This is the field of dreams.
I agree. That's why I'm in community colleges.
Me too. Me too.
It is such a pleasure having you with us today and having you share some of your experience here at the college with us. And I know that our students are richer for having you here, Robert.
Well, Dr. Keough, anytime I get to do anything with you, it's a pleasure, and I'm blessed to be here. It's my blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us on Horizon. We'll see you next time.